Hey everyone, hey Power Babes, hey you emotionally fit people around here. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I'm very much in London and we've got a nice big Easter break here. And by we, I mean the schools are closed and it's only my son that has the holidays. But anyway, it's a bit of a break for me as well, because I don't have to do mommy duties like lunch boxes and those kind of things. And yes, and the laundry is also a bit easier now. Yes, I know. I don't like generally talking about all of these things, but it's definitely a noticeable relief. Okay, so coming to our fantastic Thursday sessions, as you know, I'm always running these trainings in the group every Thursday to give you something of value, to give you one more element that you can add, one more thing that you can do to bring you up to scale in terms of how and who you want to be in your life, right? I introduced to you last time that I'm running a 12-week or a 90-day or a 3-month, however you think, whether you think in days, weeks, or in months. So 90 days, 12-week, 3-month program, call Be That Woman, thrive and win despite the odds. And the reason I highlight the fact despite the odds is because we know that we all experience challenges, or that life will never be, it'll never be on an even plane. There might always be something or the other that comes our way to stop us from achieving what we want. And the idea is, how do you develop your emotional fitness, in those situations, and even before they arrive for that matter, so that you can keep making progress on whoever you want to be. Some of you may say you want to be healthier. Some of you might say you want to be emotionally strong. Some of you may say you want to improve your career. Some of you may say you want to have a better relationship. Some of you might have an outcome for, just feeling more content, right? I had a client a couple of weeks ago. She is a client currently, and her thing was that she's been feeling like she lives in a well, that despite of having the creature comforts in her life, she doesn't feel like she's very connected with what's happening. She doesn't feel present. She's not able to enjoy it. She's not able to recognize the fact that she actually does have so many good things going for her. So every individual is experiencing some kind of a challenge in various degrees, right? It's not that everybody is experiencing it at the same kind of level. So whatever it is that your outcome is, and who and however you want to be in your life, all I can tell you is it's all possible. Every single thing is 100% possible. It needs two things. One is it needs your emotional fitness to be like super, super strong. Yeah. So if it means that you need a seismic shift, as I call it, a seismic is obviously the way in which earthquakes are measured. But if you need a seismic shift, then we've got stuff that can make that happen. If you need just to overcome maybe a past experience in your life, because that keeps showing up somewhere or the other in how you do stuff, that's possible as well. And if you think, no, I just need to feel a little more confident in myself, and I just need to feel comfortable with being in the situations, with being in the surroundings, socially, I need to be a little more out there, and I want to just feel safe to be visible. I want to just feel okay to connect with new people, or I just need those skills. It could be anything that you need. And all I'm saying here is it's all very, 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 very possible. It has happened for many, many women, including me. I'm one of them for who it's happened for, but it's also happened for my clients. So there's no reason why it won't happen for you. I'm just looking at my phone to check that this Facebook Live is getting conducted properly into our group so that none of you miss out on anything? Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. So what is the one element that can be changed or can be improved in oneself, in one's own self, to have more progress? Yeah. And that for me is a no-brainer, is one single element, is what I call charisma. Any of you watching right now, I want you to tell me if you know what charisma is. Have you heard of the term? And if you're watching on replay, then let me know what you think it is. Yeah, I'm happy to always hear your comments. You read your comments, read your feedback. So what do you think charisma is? Okay. And if by hearing the word, you might even think about someone who you find charismatic in your life. Could be somebody in your family, could be your friends, could be, you know, a celebrity who you look up to, someone you're a big fan of. Who, according to you, is charismatic and who has charisma? Okay, because in my experience and life learning, I have found that having charisma is one of the biggest and one of the most important elements that every woman should possess. Every woman should have an ability to be charismatic. You may not always just want to be charismatic all the time, you know? You don't want to be like that all the time, but you have to know and you have to have the ability to pick up, you know, to wear that whole charisma on you, depending on where you are and what the situation is. Because there's nothing that's more powerful than a woman who's got super self-confidence and charisma. And I'm talking about self-confidence. I'm not talking about aggression, because in a lot of cultures, in a lot of societies, a self-confident woman is also perceived to be aggressive. A self-confident woman is also perceived to feel, you know, people feel threatened when a woman is self-confident. And I'm saying this, yes. And I'm saying this because it's been flagged by so many of my clients, you know, that they hold themselves back because they're being perceived to be aggressive, when all they're really feeling is self-confident in themselves. Okay. So charisma is a way to balance all of these elements. Charisma, by definition, is a healthy balance, okay, and a healthy combination of credibility. You know what credibility means. If you don't know, please look it up. But a simple definition of credibility is somebody who has knowledge, who has authority, who has experience in a certain field, or depending on what they do. So charisma is a combination of credibility, okay, along with likability and approachability. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. So charisma is a combination of credibility plus likability and approachability, which means that the person has this amount of credibility, but they're not so, like, you don't feel like they're somebody else that you cannot approach them or you can't be like them. Okay, so for me, an example of charisma, yes, I am coming back to him, it's Rafa Nadal. But another charismatic person for me is also used to be Will Smith until his recent outburst, but he is a very charismatic human being, okay, and there's no doubt about it. Another one who I find very, very charismatic, and I know I'm talking about the men, but yes, there are definitely a load of women who are very, very charismatic. One of them being Michelle Obama. Superb charisma that she exudes, because you know she's credible, but at the same time, she's very, very likable, very, very approachable, in the sense that if you bumped into her somewhere and you went up to her on your own and said hello, that's very possible. Yeah, she does not give out the aura of, oh, don't come near me kind of aura. So she's very approachable, very likable, very warm. And at the same time, showing or portraying and exuding a lot of credibility. So that is what charisma is. And for every woman in every walk of life, when you're able to balance these two elements of your credibility plus your likability and approachability, and we're not talking about just being world leaders, and we're not talking about just being, career focused. I'm saying in any aspect of your life, any aspect of your life, even if it means just with bringing up your children. Okay, so we're talking about having these qualities where you display, you express, you convey credibility along with likability and approachability, okay, is where your winning formula lies. And there is a way to do it. And let me tell you that nobody is born with charisma, okay? When we were born, all of us, we were born the same as just babies with a physical body that was inherited genetically from our parents. And that's it. And that body needed to be nurtured to grow and to thrive, obviously. Yes. But charisma is not something that we're born with. But we can acquire it. We can get it. We can build that aspect of ourselves. Okay. If you think about some of the movie stars that you like a lot. Okay, I grew up in India. So for me, the biggest movie star was Amitabh Bachchan. If anybody's heard of him or not, he's the biggest Bollywood star ever. I've grown up watching his movies from the age of 3. Okay. Super amount of charisma. And yes, I've met the man as well. I've met the man in the days when I used to work with the Taj group in India. And, I was very fortunate to be managing a lot of high profile events. And he used to be a frequent guest at a lot of these events. So I've met the man on several occasions. And he didn't know I was employed at the company because I was never, I didn't have any kind of hotel uniform. I was in the clothes that I would wear. So he didn't know that I was the employee. But in those moments, in those events, when I would approach him, because I was in so much awe of the man, right? I would approach him and say, hello, Mr. Bachchan, can I have a photograph or can I have a little chat or whatever? And very approachable. Okay. So anybody who's watching from India will know who I'm talking about. And if you're not from India, do Google Amitabh Bachchan and you'll know who he is, right? Yeah. So about the charisma in any situation where you are able to express, where you'll be able to convey credibility along with the combination of approachability and likability, you're winning. You will be winning. Okay. Now, both of these obviously need you to be emotionally fit. Because do you think if you have the credibility, if you have the expertise in something, and if you have the knowledge, but you're fearful, do you think you'd be able to express that? No. Okay. And let's say if you're a teacher by profession, and I love talking to a lot of teachers about this because teachers are the ones who have to pass on a lot of learning, right, to a larger group of people in terms of their students. And when a teacher is able to convey that credibility in himself or herself and have the quality that makes him or her very approachable and likable by a lot of these students, my goodness, they will be eating out of that person's hands. And I'm sure if you think about some of your teachers, you would know one of them, at least one of them has been like that. Yeah, who's given you so much knowledge in a very nice way. And you've also been just able to just go up to them and, talk to them like you would talk to a buddy. Yes. So teachers, they need a lot of charisma, but wherever you are dealing with people, charisma is a quality that you can absolutely win with. Okay. And one of the, or rather two of the modules in my Be That Woman Mastermind, because charisma is quite a big thing to sort of learn and, start putting into practice into yourself. So the modules are covered in my Be That Woman Mastermind, okay, along with a lot of other things. And I would love to share more with you on it in terms of how to develop it, how to create it into in yourself, how to sort of just become this charismatic person without any effort, an effortless charisma. Okay. And if you'd like to learn that, just give me a shout, give me a DM, or set up a call with me, set up a deep dive call with me. I usually give everybody a 30-minute deep dive call so that you can assess whether the program is for you or not, and whether it will benefit you or not. Yes. So click on the link that I've shared here with the video and set up a deep dive call with me. And I'm happy to talk more about this, right? So I'm going to look forward to seeing all of you. And on that note, take good care. Bye.